Game two of a four-game series with the Twins is a good one for the Yankees as an offensive outburst headlined by a four-hit, four RBI night for Luke Voit leads them to a 10-2 win in this one, their eighth in a row. Similar to last night, the Yankees jumped on Minnesota early. Rookie Charlie Barnes was making just his fourth start in the majors, and he had been trending in a positive direction lately, but that all changed in his first time seeing the Bombers, who really lived up to the name tonight. Two walks and a hit by pitch start the game, and Voit got going early with a 2 RBI single. Gary Sanchez reloaded the bases with a base hit of his own, and Velasquez cycled things around with a walk, enabling Gardner to bring home another run with a single. Sanchez was thrown out to the plate, but that made it a 3-hit, 4-run first inning when all was said and done. From there, things only get better for the Yankees. LeMahieu starts the second with a single, and Judge responds with a home run into right, extending his on-base streak to 14 games. Part of the reason for that, he has 11 walks in his last 9 games, as the Yankees lead the league in that category again this year as a team. The damage because of those runs was already done at this point, but because of what happened last night, the Yankees certainly wanted to add a few more to get this one out of reach. They did that in the fourth, as again, a pair of walks set things up, and this theme of plate discipline really continuing in the last few games for the Yankees. And Voit, again, he capitalized with an RBI ground rule double into the visitors' bullpen. So all of a sudden now it's 7-0. And all the while, Nestor Cortes, absolutely dominant on the other end. He entered this one riding a 2.55 ERA since making his first appearance of the season on May 30th. And he's really been another pivotal cog, maybe one of the biggest in this Yankees starting pitching wheel that has been so good as of late. Like Tyone last night, he cruised through the first 3 innings with a no-hit bid, and it really looked like that was going to be the story for a while. But he ran into some trouble in the fourth, snuck out of that, worked cleanly through the fifth, and then ran into his first real hurdle in the sixth. There, Arraez started the inning with a double, and Donaldson brought him home with a 2-run homer. It looked like that could be all for Cortes, but thanks to his efficiency earlier in the game, he threw fewer than 15 pitches in each of the first 3 innings. He stabilized things and delivered a 1-2-3-7 for a new longest start of his career, surpassing the 6th innings he threw Sunday against Chicago, and living up to that nickname, Nasty Nestor, that we've heard so often. We see the T-shirts, and the Yankees were all about it in the postgame, giving him credit both as a player and as a teammate. So this game, though, had a different feel than Thursdays, because the Yankees were in complete control all the way through, and the Twins really had no chance of coming back. The Yankees cemented that in the 7th as Voit added one more run, a solo homer to start the inning, an at-bat that Aaron Boone was particularly impressed by. And just to take a second to talk about Voit, he picked up 4 hits for just the 4th time in his career, and the 4 RBIs are a season high on the year. More broadly, Voit owns a 6-game hitting streak and is batting .500 with 7 runs, 11 RBIs, and 3 home runs in that span. Aaron Boone didn't necessarily say this, but I think it's not a coincidence that this is all coming as he's vying for some time in that starting lineup with Anthony Rizzo taking over at first, who had a routine off day today coming back from the COVID-19 IL. Then in the 8th, to get back to the game, DJ LeMahieu gets in on the action with a 2-run homer to score Tyler Wade from first after a walk, and that put double digits on the scoreboard, 10 runs. Joely Rodriguez took care of things preceding that, and Brody Corner got a nice low-leverage opportunity to regain some confidence in the 9th. So all in all, it's a 10-2 final, and that's an 8th win in a row for the Yankees. And I think the overall takeaway from both this series so far and the win streak as a whole is that the pitching continues to be as dominant as ever. And it was well before this. They've owned a 2.93 ERA across their last 41 starts. So it's been like that for a while. But the offense is finally starting to live up to it. And that was the element that was not there before, as there's only been 2 games during this stretch, resulting in fewer than 5 runs crossing the plate. This game, however, represented the offensive blowout the Yankees have needed for some time, and the first stress-free win in some time as well, as every previous game in this win streak had required a save, the longest such streak in MLB history. Tonight snapped that, but kept the more important one of winning games going, and the Yankees will look to make it 9 tomorrow, well, now today, at 1:05 p.m. with Garrett Cole on the mound against Kenta Maeda. Until then, reporting on the New York Yankees, I'm Alex Wolz, WFUV Sports.